to our meetup. Well, hello everybody. Hello friends. Good morning. Good time of the day. And today we are doing yet another meetup of together with OpenSource. So let me see. Sorry, I have two screens. That's why I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm turning my head and stuff. So tell me, guys, how much do you know about what we do? And because I might see some faces I've seen before.
This is my first actually. I'm okay.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah, this is my first time here also.
Okay. Oh, hi, Franklin. And
Hi.
hey. Okay, then I'll need. Let's do one thing. I'll need one volunteer, so I will help this person on air, and then I'll create a tweet format for you guys to basically, so I can help you as well, but in Twitter format, because one-on-one help, it's like 30 minutes. It's because it depends on you. I cannot give everybody the same solution because it won't work. It just doesn't work. It's like breakfast. We all like slightly different versions. Oh, and sorry, let me switch on. I have a special stuff. This is bright today. So who wants to volunteer? I don't mind. I don't bite. It's fine. And it's quite. Franklin, do you want to go first? I mean,
sorry, what am I? What are we volunteering for?
You'll see. It's like oh, you'll see. It's fine. Let's try. And if you don't like it, you'll tell it. And by the way, if you don't like recording, I won't put it online. We'll find a way, edit or something. Anyway, so Franklin, tell me, why are you here today? So what is your goal?
Oh, to be honest, I heard you speak on the outreach call, and then then I followed you from there to this to the meetup, and then I saw the meetup was like about together we open source, but I wasn't sure what it meant, and it seemed to happen every other Saturday. So I was like, okay, let me just go check it out.
Well,
and see what exactly is.
That's a good decision. Good decision.
Yeah.
But
so
tell me,
there was no like plan or anything. Yeah.
Tell me, why are you interested in open source at all? What's your story?
Oh, okay. My story is I finished a boot camp in 2020. Okay. And so currently I'm still job hunting at the moment, but currently to keep up my skills, I contribute to a few open source apps on GitHub and everything like that. So it's mostly to keep up my skills and mostly to contribute to projects that like I'm interested in, the projects that fascinate me, like things that I find interesting. So I contribute to those.
To which ones, for example?
Well, the most recent one would be like Firefox, Mozilla, the iOS project.
This is good.
So I've sent a few pull requests to them, and some have been merged, some have been rejected, and like that. So yeah.
This is good. And where do you live, if I may ask?
Oh, I live in Uganda, which is in East Africa. And
do you lead the community there?
No, we don't. I don't have the iOS community here.
But
most people here are Android.
Okay, so you don't have an open source community in Uganda?
None that I know of. I don't think it is.
And how big is the population of Uganda?
I think it's less. I think it's like 30 or 40 million, roughly speaking. So
do you understand that you can do so much more than contribution? I mean, Firefox is amazing contributions. It's like 1 in 100,000 does that, 1 in a million, but you can do so much more with us. Oh, yourself as well. So let's.
Oh, me, and I'm just 1 second to do that much.
Yeah, all my smart friends, they say, all my friends are smart. They all say that, oh, I just do that. I just, you know, made a contribution to Linux. That nothing special. What? So Yeah, my friend who is like the least special, like who is the most humble person I've seen in my life, but his friend is a neurosurgeon, and he himself, he can like he draws so well. He can be in a meeting and he will draw everybody there like in seconds. So let me think. It's actually interesting, guys, because normally you can see my screen, because normally I would go through like, oh, we still can do it, because you see, open source is not about source. It's not about open source at all for me. It's about community. So here I see like Franklin came here to learn what the group is about. So the group is about helping you to understand what really matters for you. So, and then helping you to find a big group of people who are interested in this stuff, and then help you to help them. And if you help a big group of people, like really help, then everything else comes, like money, career, whatever. So let me think. So tell me, Franklin, what are your interests and what do you really like? What do you do in your free time? I can't know the answers, but still for others.
Okay, currently I'm a bootcamp instructor for a site called raywinterlock.com. So I'm leading a cohort of bootcamps, and then while I do that now in my free time is when I do the open source like contributions. That's when I'm free, and if I'm not doing that, then I'm watching movies. But I think my interest is mostly, but this interest in browsers is a recent interest, because I want to build an app that's big, but I don't have money to pay with the backend. So I was thinking I wanted to build an app that doesn't have a backend, but still is used by millions of users. So the only app I could think of that actually does that is a browser. So I got interested in looking at different browsers, and I was like, let me take a look at all the open source browsers that are there. That is DuckDuckGo, Firefox, and all the others. And what I started to do is that I can't just start building a browser from scratch. So what I said is, let me contribute to these browsers. As I'm learning their code bases, I learn how it is that a browser is constructed, and I can see how about building my own. And yeah. So I began contributing to DuckDuckGo, to Firefox, Mozilla, anything that's a browser and it's open source. I looked at it to download the code, build the code, and then try to see what issues I could pull. Because each organization seems to have its own set of rules and its own sets of working. So you have to, like that first pull request is always, oh, you did this wrong, or you did that wrong, or you did. But then after that, it's
mine was correct.
To send in
I
the
fixed
rest.
the typo.
so they have to do it like in a particular format, like it's like in Mozilla, you have to like write it in a particular way. You can't submit a pull request without a bug. So even if you find a spelling mistake, you create a bug report for a spelling mistake, and then you create a pull request for the spelling mistake.
No, you don't.
Which you do?
These days I only create the bug report. So somebody who just begins stuff, they could implement it. Because if I do that, then they won't have a first-time issue.
Oh, okay. No, but this you see, and on top of, because when I try to look at the issues that they had put, because they didn't label a lot of issues like, what's the label called? Good to have, no, good issue, first issue, good. I can't remember the name of the label, but you know that label where it says that, first time contributors go to this label. So they didn't have a lot of those. They did have a lot of those labels. They called them contributor, okay, but those problems were very, very high. So I decided to find my own problems in the source code instead. And then, so for those problems, they didn't have an issue. They didn't have a bug. Yeah. So then I would open the bug for that.
Yeah. Guys, don't be scared. Gentlemen like Franklin, they don't happen often in my meetup. Yes, we have one staff engineer from Twitter. Now we have Franklin, but normally people are not as deep in open source. So don't feel this imposter syndrome or whatever. It's fine. I'll help
Oh, okay.
everybody. But Franken, a question: why are you doing why are you doing all of that? Why instead of a barbecue with your family, you're doing all the stuff?
Well, it's maybe I should go back a bit in my background. I am actually a telecom engineer. I was working for Ericsson, and then when I was working for Ericsson back now, I don't know how much you know about telecom technology, but it's the worst stuff to code. As in, it's all command line based. So I really wanted to move away from, and you know, when you're coding when you're working in that environment, you're just basically working on some operator and someone, and you don't build something that's just for you, something that's for you that helps people. So you don't build like that. You don't build an app for you that helps people. So I wanted to move away from that into building things that are built by me, that, you know, that have contributed. Not like I'm part of the huge company and I'm putting a small piece in the puzzle. So when the bootcamp opportunity came on, it was during the lockdown of COVID. When the bootcamp opportunity came on, I and you know, it was a scholarship. So I was like, okay, I applied, I won the scholarship, and I said, okay. So I began learning iOS development. And the good thing with iOS development is like, you know, you're building an app, you see the GUI, and as in you see exactly what you built. You're not this command line all based. Because my original programming language was Erlang, which is mostly to make just telephone calls, basically. It was controlling a server that controls telephone calls. So I wanted to move away from that, and I wanted to move away from Ericsson specific technology. I didn't want to be locked to a company, basically speaking. So when this bootcamp came up, I saw it as an opportunity to leave company lockdown and, you know, being locked to a company and move so I can build up a skill set that enables me to go to any company in the world, anywhere I want. I'm not restricted, but because I'm telecom, and because of my telecom association with Ericsson, I only learned Ericsson technology.
Yeah, I know this feeling.
So you know that feeling. So that's why I wanted to move away from that. That's my backstory. And then
so I'll ask a question now. You might not like it, but like, because by the way, I'm autistic. I'm very good in insulting people. But just let me know if I ask some in the wrong way.
No problem.
So your story is amazing, but although you do open source, there's a lot of I understand that I asked you about your path. So my question is, so we have, oh, did I miss somebody? Did somebody was in the participant list and I didn't accept the person? One moment. Yeah, play. Okay. So there are 40 million of amazing people who live in Uganda. So how did their life change because you're doing open source?
Well, and I wasn't in Uganda originally. I just came back to the country. I was in another country. So
which one?
I was in Sudan. I was in Khartoum, Sudan. Yeah. So I was working there. So now when I quit Ericsson is when I came back and moved back here. So I've not been in Uganda in the past 12 years. So I just came back to the country.
So let me rephrase the question. How did life of people in Sudan and Uganda change? I mean, you're amazing. Like your technical skills are unbelievable and human skills are unbelievable as well, from what I can see. Very good. So my question is, how did the life of, I know it's not fetch question. I know it's like not fair and probably done. I know the answer.
No, ask away.
But how did the answer, how did the life of people in Uganda and Sudan change because of your open source journey or story?
They didn't.
Yes.
I did try to start a meetup once, but it didn't take off, and then I gave up on that one.
And what was your mistake with the meetup? Why didn't it take off?
I think maybe because I made it Swift only.
Good.
As it was restricted to just Swift. I thought that maybe many people would join, but then I came to the realization there are not many Swift developers this side. So everyone is mostly Kotlin or Java or Android, you know. So yeah, in the end, it was something like 2 people who signed up for the meetup group. I was using meetup.com. Eventually, I just let the subscription end because I was paying for a group that wasn't very useful.
So
yeah.
what if we work together? What if basically I'm running this meetup, so I'm paying everything. We don't have any sponsors because, well, with my company it's tricky because like bribes and stuff. So I'm trying to stay away from any money. But what if we created? I don't like to lock people by countries or languages or whatever. But what if we had a strong presence in Uganda? And I'll switch to, after that, I'll switch to Adam or Akhil or, sorry, I don't know, what is your name? Is it Urugonda or Kalyan? But so I'll show you what I do. And what if you did it once a week on all whatever is your schedule? Because basically from what I can see, you are an amazing role figure, but I feel you're a bit hidden from people in Uganda. How can, yeah?
Yes.
So let's say I'm, yeah, tell me.
But then you just have to factor in the context of the country. I get why there are not many iOS developers here, because Apple laptops are very expensive, Apple iPhones are very expensive for us. So
you're looking
I get
yourself
why.
an Apple. You're looking
Exactly.
yourself an Apple. But let's unlock this stuff. So imagine I'm a small girl in, well, not small, a very bright girl in a village in Uganda. I have a mobile phone with data connection. Well, I know it's already science fiction, maybe, but still. And I want to, I don't even know that I want to do open source. I don't know it exists. So how can this person find you? Probably no way. So my idea is like, I'll just build a story. So what if I help you? Have you seen the movie called Hidden Figures?
You mentioned it. You mentioned it in the Outcast
Cool.
in the Outcast podcast, and immediately I've downloaded it. I have just started it in the beginning. I downloaded it already, and I just started it in the beginning. I saw like where they're stuck in the car and the policeman stops them. I have not finished the whole movie yet. I'm going to watch it later on.
Yeah.
But the moment you mentioned it, I was like, what is he talking about? So I'm like, let me download it and then I'll check it out. So it's like on my to watch list. But I have not seen the movie myself. So, but when you mentioned it, I downloaded it immediately to check it out. It's like, what is he talking about?
Yeah, hello. Sorry, my internet was not all right.
So I was saying that as soon as you mentioned it on the outreach report, on the outreach space, I downloaded it to see what you were talking about. So I have not watched it, but I downloaded it and I started at the beginning where they get stuck with the policeman. They get stuck with the policeman or something like that. Then I was like, okay, I'll schedule it for like nighttime when I'm free.
Good,
So,
good. This is a good movie. So there are 2 things. So this movie is Hidden Figures. I don't want you to be a hidden figure. I mean, I think people of not even just of, okay, I cannot say just of Uganda. I'm sure it's an amazing country, but we really need.
Your internet cut out again. Nikita?
Yeah. So probably my
internet cut out again.
Yeah, let me try to connect to another network. Well, I'm afraid of changing network at the moment. It's
the Zoom will lose connection.
Vodafone, yeah. So yeah, let's do it. I'll switch to one of volunteers after that, but I have some ideas on how to make you visible. One of them will be writing about your journey. So what if we make our goal to, for now, at least to make you visible so people could come to you and ask questions on let's say on Twitter. So, and I'll make you co-host of the meetup, and you can run sessions. I'll show you the idea of the session straight after with the next person. And I don't want it to take too much of your time, but that's optional. And another thing, I want you to write 4 to 8 tweets daily about your journey, not about yourself, not about tech as such. There are apps to do that. Well, it's a bit expensive, but so like don't waste your time. But like when you're studying something, you can just go to Twitter or like Social Monials. It's on AppSum. It's $59, and you can set it. Yeah,
I am active on Twitter.
Oh,
but just on the iOS community. You know, like tech Twitter. So
okay, but
yeah.
Well, I thought that I just, well, maybe I'm selfish, but okay, let's then do it this way. So it's right?
No, I think you just you can do Franklin Byaruhanga or just BYA RU HAF.
Oh, I was already following. Okay.
I was already following you.
Yeah, I can see it. Let's see posts. But so that's iOS. Good stuff. I need to think, but would you like to bring people in open source in mass?
Oh, yes, I would have to like, but you see, I'm limited by the technology, I know.
Well, let's say we go to, let's say we switch to the next person, and then you take a look at what I'm doing, and then we'll see if you can do it or not. It's a different dimension of growing. It's beyond individual contributors. So like it's the next stage. Okay. It's the next optional stage. I know there are things like, oh, this is amazing. I like it. I know there's
someone built a very cool thing. I liked it.
Yeah, there's a way of like staff engineer, but there's something I think is better because it's hard to find people like you. But if we bring 1,000 people from Uganda who are maybe not as advanced as you, but they're still good, and most of people, well, so but just imagine the impact on their societies, like just 100 people. So even your impact on society can be not as big. Like even if they earn like half of your salary, the impact on lives of people around them, like they go and buy milk, they go and buy bread, they pay money, they buy a computer, they pay money, they pay taxes, whatever. They help some school. So it's like it's quite an interesting experience. Anyway, so I need another volunteer. We already lost one. So yeah. So let me see where's yeah, that's participants. This participants thing. It's yeah. So Adam or Akhil or yeah. So we only have you two. So I need one of you to volunteer, guys, because well, Franklin is so advanced and his journey is very needed and very amazing, but you need something slightly different at the moment.
I mean, I'm obviously I'm not a developer, but I can volunteer anyway if that helps. I'm here mainly, obviously, to learn about things, but I can still volunteer.
Oh, and by the way, Franklin, I think you might want to talk to Adam. There's the Adam, the search engine, right?
Exactly, yes.
So Franklin, you might really want to speak to Adam. Like, I cannot tell you much, but they're looking for, they don't have money as well, but they're looking for developers to build a search engine, which is very different from Google. But that's all I can say because I we don't have any non-disclosure, but like out of respect to Adam, I don't want to share the idea openly, but maybe if you send messages to each other. Just, it's a good idea.
No, that would be great, because obviously, Franklin, I've been listening to all the stuff you've been saying, and obviously you're really good at this stuff. You have a very advanced level. I'm based in London, but the kind of company I'm working for, the things that we want to do with this new search engine, it's going to be global. Can be used for many different kinds of things. Basically anything that someone imagines, it can be used for. And obviously, like Nikita said, I can't go into every single detail here, but if you wanted to talk to me at some point next in the week or any time, that could be really good.
Yeah, yes, just give me your Twitter handle and I can reach out to you via there.
Sure.
If your DMs are open.
Let me. Oh, okay, here we go.
Or you can just follow me. That's my handle on the screen.
Yeah, I have two Twitter accounts. One is cat based and the other is the company based, but the cat one's more of, that's like a personal thing. So let me follow you first from there.
Yeah, I've also been thinking about doing the same thing, like having a personal Twitter and then a developer Twitter. But I was like, I figured that maybe if I have a lot of followers, then that's when I'll do something like that.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, by the way, like if anybody is watching this video, guys, when you start doing professional Twitter, don't make my mistake. Don't try to clean up your Twitter from politics. Okay, clean up your personal Twitter from stuff, but create a new one just in case for a professional life, like to make sure it's pure. Okay, good. Akhil, is it Akhil? How do I pronounce your name? I cannot hear you.
You're muted.
Yeah, he's unmuted, but I cannot hear. Akhil, maybe an issue with microphone. Yeah, now it's good. Good.
Yeah, is it good now?
Yeah, it's very good. So tell me your story.
Yeah.
Or tell us.
Yeah. So I'm Akhil. I'm based in Hyderabad. I'm currently pursuing a bachelor's in data science. And I was introduced to this open source world by Kunal Pishwaha. And since then, he kind of planted that seed in my mind to work remote and to work in open source, to be more specific. And I've been following him since the past 1.5 years. And I started, it's open source taught me everything that I know about data science today. Starting from the free code camp to every little thing, it's the open source that taught me. So I've been looking, Kunal has been this, prime figure when it comes to the open source, not just to me.
Kunal is amazing.
He's such an amazing guy, because of, as I tweeted, if you actually remember, I think you saw that tweet of mine, where I've inspired by the people of the open source, and I started conducting seminars in my college about the open source and what the kind of work can they do and all that. And we've made a WhatsApp group, and where every student of my college are ready to contribute in the open source, and it's there, and your videos that I'll share in those groups and motivate them. And yeah, I've been trying to contribute in the open source, but I have no idea where to start. And then this guy Kunal opened up this roadmap of roadmap to the open source in his personal thing. It is actually his. I was actually part of his guidance called the Com Classroom, if you actually know about it. Com Classroom is an initiative started by Kunal. Yeah, and I was a part of it. And for some reasons, he stopped that initiative, but he's still continuing. But he stopped this, this campus ambassadors and all that. But I took it up from there, and I've been running it since. And yeah, I'm literally trying to contribute to open source, but I have no idea where to start. And as I said, Kunal came up with this roadmap of open source, and we are about to start.
So,
but as of now, we are so. Yeah, please.
If you're speaking about that now, so what are contributions currently?
No contributions at all. That's what I regret about. I've been learning, and that's it. You there? Anybody? Or is it my internet?
Oh no, I think it's no. I can hear you. I think it's just Nikita's thing that. Okay, now it's good.
Yeah, sorry,
okay.
But it looks I have to restart my router for this one.
Yeah.
So
you see, that's the thing. That's the thing. I learn a lot from the open source, but the thing that I feel guilt and regret about is I don't contribute enough to the open source.
Oh, I think he must be restarting the router, but
yeah. My bad. Yeah.
Oh, now I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, that's probably in the whole area. To be honest, it might be not even the router. So, what is your GitHub account?
My GitHub account, it's Akhil Bodi, AKHL
Can you type in? It's like this.
Yeah, that's it. What?
That's you.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, as I said, no contributions, no. I'm just learning, and that's exactly the thing that I feel about.
Yeah, good. So tell me, what do you do in your free time? Like really free time?
As of now, I'm learning data science. I said about this course, and I've been learning that, and we've been making projects on that in Python. And as I said, the Cadence Initiative, we guide people, we organize meetings and all that in the college.
Why are you doing that?
I have no idea. See, that's what I'm saying.
Why is it data science and not rocket science or not football?
Okay. Since the age of 5, I've been intrigued by technology, the computers and all that. And since then, I wanted to be this computer science engineer. Then I was introduced to this
so you wanted to be a computer. It's not somebody pushed you into computer science. You
no, nobody. Yeah, it was myself. I was just intrigued and fascinated by computer science, and I wanted to be a computer science engineer. But and at around I was like 14 or 15 years old, I was introduced to this concept of artificial intelligence, and I started reading about that, and it intrigued me a lot more. And then I chose, man, let's just if I want to make a career on this, it would be machine learning or artificial intelligence. Then
sorry guys, let's have it.
Sorry. Let's attend a bit. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Frozen again?
I think 10-minute break. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, 10-minute break. Okay.
Yeah, sorry about it. Because it's not good. Wi-Fi disconnect.
Okay. Time for some coffee.
Yeah, I'll be back. Hello guys, are you back? Let me know when you are.
Yep, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Next time, tell me.
Yeah.
No
I was waiting for you. So, yeah, and so, Akhil, as I understand, well, you hopefully this time connection works better.
Yep.
So you really love computers and data science. I get it, but let's say you mastered it. Let's say you became the one of the best people in the world about, like seriously, one of the best people about the data science and programming. So what has happened in the world? Like, what changed? Who are the people for whom this stuff changed?
So I didn't get your question, sorry. The last one.
So, okay, so if I'm making an ice cream, it's not about me and making ice cream. It's about, for me, it's about kids who get ice cream and they will have a smile and some good time.
Right.
Their
So,
parents will have slightly easier lives while kids are eating ice cream. So it's like two groups of people.
right. So there'll be two things. One would be if I master the data science, as I said, I'll be teaching it for free. That's the first thing. I would you can call it. I think you're familiar with Andrew NG, right? The thing that it does with Coursera. So we can actually, if you actually look at the Coursera thing, you can learn everything there for free, but in order to get a certificate, you've got to pay.
Yeah.
Right. So I'll be doing the exact same thing. I'll be following that path. Are you familiar with this man called Dr. Richard Feynman?
Kunal had, I think Kunal had a project, but yeah, like, so the idea is, like, tell me a group of people whose life will have changed if you succeed, and how their life changed.
There's like this open source thing that changed the lives of everybody, right? I would be changing through contributing to the open source. If you actually look at the people like Sumant or Avinash Kumar, they're people who are contributing in the open source for the data science. So I'll be doing the same thing, but in more of an interactive way, like a session. I'll be conducting a session every week or two, to teach and all that. But when it comes to change the lives of people, that would be, we use data science to find the insights of the data, so the business could empower, the business could raise the bars, right? So that's the exact reason why we do the thing, right? The data science and all that thing. Through me, the only aim I've got, I've got this question: what if I master the data science? What I'm going to do with that? That'll be teaching and nothing else. That is for free.
Okay, so you taught it to the person, and this person did something for the community. What is this something? Imagine you are trying to explain your grandmother or your mother, like, the results of what you're doing.
See, as far as I consider, basic things we need is food, water, and shelter, right? For me, the next thing would be education. And through that, if you actually, when we usually talk about the country India, people would think, man, it's a country where people are not educated and all that, which is actually true, right?
Well, it depends.
It depends actually. People. But me living in India, I can talk about that, right? Yeah. So if you actually look at it, people don't go for the skills now because of the Twitter and the open source thing. People are going for the skills, and people like Kunal are making it possible. But if you actually look at it, the deep down, people are not looking for the skills, and they have no idea what they are going to do with their futures after they complete their masters and all that. But with this, I'd be starting a community just like Kunal did. Kunal did it for the software, the development side and the DevOps and all that. But I would be, with the other contributors of the open source, would be doing the same thing, where we would be empowering people, where we would be conducting sessions where people can make what they want.
Yeah. So what if I try to sum it in a slightly different way? So what if I see your journey as you really love computers and data science, and you want to share your journey with the people. You want to share your knowledge. It's not about teaching, it's about sharing your knowledge with people, so they could apply it in real world like,
right.
for example, to get a job. So they could, their lives and lives of people around them in India became better. Will it be something similar to what you're thinking?
Exactly, but not just India, but everyone who wants to learn. Yeah.
Yeah. So lives of these people around the world and lives of people in the community, in their
So that
communities,
they
will
can
become
contribute
better.
to something big.
Yes. Good. The only thing is that I think that you shouldn't. First thing, if I may, I don't think you need to create, before trying to create something of your own, you might want to check with like people like Kunal with their courses, because maintaining something new takes a lot of energy and resources. So instead, for example, they have courses here. So let's see, do they have data science? They have machine learning. So you could have data science, like really, and you can. I'm sure Kunal will be forthcoming with your idea. So that's one thing. Now, let me think. So if I open your account, so there are not many projects, and that's good in a way, right? I know you are busy studying stuff. Now, tell me, what are your most favorite open source tools? Is it ApacheSpark, or is it, I don't know, something?
Sorry.
Do you use any open source tools as part of your data science journey?
As my data science journey, I don't usually use. The thing is, if there's anything that I could call up, because if I can, just Python and nothing else.
Okay.
And we yet to begin. Yeah, we're done with Python and we are about to get into the SQL, the databases.
Okay. So what if I? It's just an idea, but there's a. I don't really know this stuff, but so if we go to GitHub and we type data science, I'm not sure if so that allows us to search by topics, right? And it's a lot. Coursera, data science projects, blah blah blah. This one. Oh, wait, let me go back. I want something big. Science, machine learning. Oh, this stuff is related, I know. So what if we find you a project to contribute? In terms of to contribute and write about your journey. So you don't need to wait. Are you in uni or in bootcamp right now? Because you're saying that we are starting. Sorry, I missed.
No, I'm in university right now.
Good. So you don't need to wait for them. Like Kunal didn't wait, right?
Right. Exactly.
So
I posted the link in the chat. You could check those projects.
I did check that.
Yeah. So this one is good. But this are
Scroll down. The projects down.
Sorry, is it down enough?
The ones with good issues. See, good issues 13, good issues 230, good first issue. No.
Oh,
good first issue. Good first issue. Shotgun.
Oh, this
FS.
one.
Yeah, there are a number of projects listed there. I just searched for data science.
Yeah, let's quickly try that. I have some. Shotgun toolbox. What is shotgun toolbox? Okay, so let's see. We have the. Okay, that's well. I can see it's very people really like this project, right? And they're folks, but this is not good. Like it might be not good. I'm not sure because so that's a toolbox using the phrases. I don't know how much this tool is used. Oh, sorry. My antivirus does not let me through. But yeah, so that's something to consider. But if you go back, so for example, if we go here, let's try to find something which is popular. which is big, not just popular, but something big and relevant. So this one, pandas. I know pandas is well, famous, right?
Yeah.
And you already know Python. Oh, well, you know enough. Nobody knows Python, but you know enough.
Yeah.
Nobody knows anything. So let me check something else. Because I don't want to like contribute to test things, to like, load kinds of however complicated. I prefer people to contribute to something.
Something of a medium level.
And this one, PyTorch, I have no idea what it is, but I've heard of PyTorch something. So if we go, this is good. I'll put it in the chat as well. And let's, we won't find you a perfect project right now, right? But the idea is important. Bodi, that's for beginners. We don't need for beginners. We want project, something. Oh, this is sorry, we'll get there. This is interesting. Okay, there's a lot of stuff, but like I already know the answers, so like I'll just add the third one. So come on, set ApacheSpark or GitHub. This one. Is it big enough? Oh, for God's sake, we won't find it like this, right? Spark, I don't know how to show the volatility here, but I think it will be quite a lively project. So this one. So my suggestion to you will be, if you look at what Frank does, he contributes to projects which matter.
Right.
So, sorry, not Frank, Franklin. Sorry, names matter. So let's say that instead of making your goal to just study, because it's not possible to really learn data science. It's too big. There are too many dimensions, right? You start specializing in anything, so you only have 24 hours per day. So what if we choose? What if you choose? It's not we, it's about you. What if you choose like 1 or 2 projects, big ones, which are similar to what you, which you like, and then you take a look how to contribute to them. Because, for example, if you go to ApacheSpark, even by going to README, do you know much about ApacheSpark or?
Yeah, I've known some information, not completely about that.
Good. So millions of people in the world who are who could benefit a lot from knowing, they know nothing about this stuff, like nothing. And what if you tried to contribute? Your first contribution will be, have you seen the projects in chat I've sent? This ApacheSpark. So take the 3 projects and just go through README and just write about the projects. And don't go too serious. Just write about them, fork them, and like on the top of it, if you try to build them, and if there's a problem, that's good. That's really good. Write about the problem. So just that, because what I want to happen, like ideally, so there are 2 ways we can go. You can become like an educator, but maybe it would be worth it first to become a contributor of a level like Franklin is, while sharing your journey. So you will help people who are like you, just a little bit behind or a lot behind, but they will get inspired and they will start looking at, and they will see that you can do it on the first year at uni, for example, right? And then when you get some experience, then you'll create your data science course. Or you will, when you're ready, I won't say when you're ready, you can go to Kuno. You don't need me for that, but you can let me know. And by the way, it would be nice to have each and every of you guys, gentlemen, to well, I can interview you. That's one thing. So and no, like seriously. And another thing is there's London Java community. It's 8,000 people. So you can make a talk there. You can make a 7-minute talk, and we'll help you. Like if it's your first talk, we'll help you talk. Like you can talk about anything which interests people like you, from fishing to low-level coding, or to star telescopes, whatever. And they're like 30-minute talks. But yeah, but for that, well, and they're 30-minute talks, but they're harder to get the place. So, but the idea is that if you, so maybe just maybe these 3 tools, they matter. They might be not the best. We'll switch your focus, but I assume that both Pandas and Spark, they will have a lot of
they do have a lot of users, and there could be, there's a possibility that there could be a lot of errors too.
So yeah, let's make it your task for a week. Investigate these tools, try to build them locally, check the pull requests, whatever, just have some fun around it, and keep writing, let's say 4 tweets a day about interesting stuff along your journey. Let's say I travel from, here's my from Delhi to Mumbai, right? And I'm first time in India. I could write about myself. My name is Nikita, and so on, so. But it would be so much cooler, like, oh, first time in India. That's my experience, and like that and that and that. Like when I talk to people, I talk also like I knew people in India. Well, it's diverse, but I knew education is sometimes very good, but I didn't expect it's that good. It's like really, I speak to people, I see and I can see it's not just degrees. I can actually hear how smart and educated they are. And same goes, for example, to my friends from Nigeria, like Franklin. Like I've heard about Uganda. I'm sure there's a lot of kind of beautiful things about the country, but I didn't. It's not about Uganda. I didn't expect to log into a call and meet somebody like you guys. Like really, it's Saturday morning. Come on. Next thing I'll do is like I will go to a shop, and I won't meet anybody who does so much as you do for open source. Like anybody. And it's 100,000 cities. So in my city, finding 3 amazing people like you from your spectrum of amazing. So because obviously there are many interesting people in my city, it will be quite hard. So sorry, I'm autistic. Sometimes my thoughts are messed up, but I'm just saying that. Oh, even talking about like meeting you guys, it's actually a contribution to open source as I see it, because maybe some business owner will change his mind and he'll think, oh, actually I need to actually, well, they can at least learn about you. And I'm still really into building communities in Uganda, but that's I cannot do it in 1 minute time. So Akhil, do we have a task for you, like inspiration for the week? To investigate
I'll be going through those repositories, and I would just if I find something, that would be good. If not, I'll just write out my journey and tweet about it.
No, if you don't find anything, write about it. Just your first contribution is that we had if you mention my name, I will be able to help as well. But like, so today we had this session, and now I'm going to investigate these 3 projects, and then investigate. And even if it's a bad experience, then write about it. So other people who are following you and who will be following you, they will see that you are made of bone and flesh, you know, that you make mistakes, and not all projects are perfect. No, not all projects are interesting. So the people might learn from your failures more than they learn from your success. Like you go to library, there's a lot of books about success, but that's probably books about failures, especially if you want to help people who cannot go to university.
Right.
That's, for example, when I was looking for a psychologist, I've chosen one. She's amazing. She lost a leg in her fight to cancer, and she won. And she's an amazing person. She's optimist, positive. She's helping people. So I was in a deep depression. I didn't, so I really need help, and I didn't want to choose a psychologist who is like, you know, a person from a rich family, had an amazing life, and this person will tell me, oh, just suck it up, just be stronger, like this toxic positivity. So I needed somebody who's seen shit and who's been through it. So like that, I can see Franklin smiling.
No, I'm smiling because I recently watched a video which basically the message of the video was excuses are for people who don't want it bad enough. And I'm like, that's a very drastic way of looking at life. So when you said that, I was still processing that video, and I was like, there are sometimes when excuses are valid, and it's like his point was like, if you're not successful at something, you don't want it bad enough. And I was like, that's a very terrible way of looking at life. So when you said that, I was like, it kind of balanced my opinion, and I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense to me.
Oh, so yeah, so with Akhil, I hope that was the plan is good. Sorry, I'm thinking like two things in parallel, Frank and Akhil. Is Akhil your first name? Sorry, do I pronounce?
Yeah, that's my first name. Akhil is my first name, and Bodi is my last name.
Yeah, good. So, yeah, just write about your journey. So basically, these three projects are direction. If you go totally different projects, it's absolutely fine because it's only you who knows what you need, right? With Franklin, I need to say I'm sorry. Actually, this month I was pushing him a different way because I just realized 10 minutes ago that actually he's into Apple, and Apple ecosystem, right, Franklin?
Correct.
So person has found his passion. So Franklin has found his passion. One of the most harmful things I can do now is to push him away from this passion, from his true love, and to try to replace it with like, oh, you see, this girl is not good. There's another girl. She's like from a better family, and then he'll be like have a broken heart for life, and this girl and two girls will have broken hearts. So like, why would I do that to a friend? Nope. So like I can, Franklin's profile is good and he's doing the right thing, but with Franklin, so let's say we need to. This one is amazing, by the way. I'm going to watch all of it, but I already shared it, and guys, I'll actually put a link. This is good. The first ones I've seen, they're good. Now I need to do this. Oh, found it. I always struggle to find the chat window and stuff. So, but this thing, even if let's actually take a look at Franklin. Is it okay if you go through your Twitter profile?
Sure, it is.
Yeah, good.
Like I said, this is my dev Twitter, so it's clean. And there's no politics, no religion,
good.
Nothing controversial in there.
I'm just very bad with politics. So once I was having a heated argument with my mother and over the phone, and my child he was young something. He was on the sofa, and I almost missed when he started falling with like 90 degrees with his head into the concrete floor. So I kept hold him at the last second, but this moment I decided I'm not doing politics anymore. So I can listen. But I can listen if somebody is interested, but to talk. But
I don't even listen. I filter out. So like one of my block words are Trump, Elon Musk, anything. I block.
So yeah, so that's I'm not very good with those politics. Let's say I know it matters, but I'm not good on that. I'm good on this thing, and that's what I do. So if I'm looking at Franklin's, how do you pronounce your family name?
Oh, it's Byaruhanga. That's a bit hard to pronounce.
Byaruhanga.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
enough?
Byaruhanga is good. Yeah.
Good. Franklin Byaruhanga. So I want your tweets. So that's a retweet. So retweet
click on tweets and replies.
Yeah, I already quit.
Tweets and replies.
Well, it's more about let's I'll just read it focus. So it's retweet. I'm not saying it's bad, but I just want to see what the tweets about. Okay, let's do retweets as well. So iOS conference. Good visuals. So far I see a person who is passionate about well, some fun doesn't hurt. This is good. Meetings. Like you are probably good in getting people inspired about Apple, but I haven't seen yet too many opportunities to contribute to Apple. Or maybe I missed something, but let's just check one thing. I'll close other tabs. I hope it won't break anything. Apple. Let's see how big are they on open source. So I understand the hardware is expensive, but what if just if it is possible to contribute to Apple and to learn from Apple without buying the hardware? What if? Let's take a look. Because to be honest, like, of course it's possible, because
you can first, I think, contribute to the Swift thing.
Well, let's see. So that's.
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
I'm sorry for disturbing, but the thing is, I've got to rush to the hospital as I've got a doctor appointment.
Sure.
Yeah, I just fractured my hand 2-3 days
back. Oh
so
my God! Of course. Health and family are first. You can make a content out of that as well. To be honest, but like make a picture of your hand or whatever when they put it. I read that even that won't stop me from, researching the project. No, it's good because people, it happens. Okay, see you, mate. And
I'm sorry. Yeah, I will follow what you said. And yeah, I think that's a good start for the open source.
And what's your first language? Is it, if I may ask?
First language as in mother tongue or something?
Yeah, the one you're talking.
Mother tongue is Telugu.
Telugu. Okay, so then
the southern part of India. The southern part of India.
So how do you say bye in your language?
My language?
Yeah.
In Telugu?
Telugu.
It's quite hard actually. It's Vellostanu. Yeah, Vellostanu.
Okay. Well,
yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Nice talking with you. And thank you, Franklin. It's been your contribution and all things that you did is quite impactful.
Okay.
And I would share your journey with all of my friends too.
Thank you.
You actually introduced me to someone. So I'm going to check out that other guy's Twitter profile. I like what you're doing with the open source. I want to see and fun to look at his thing and see what else he's up to.
Thanks.
Yes. See you, Akhil. Next week there will be no morning meetup because I'm going on a conference. But normally I will try to do them every Saturday. Okay, see you.
Sure.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Franklin, as you can see, another. What is the chance of you in real life meeting somebody like Akhil? Like meeting him exactly without this meetup? Or you meeting each other? It's like you'll have to see each other on Twitter, right?
Exactly, because otherwise, how would you even know someone like that is around?
You would never.
So but that's why sharing is important, because sharing helps you to find people who are already your friends. You just haven't met yet.
Exactly.
So let's go to Apple now, because if we manage to find a way to share Franklin's passion for Apple, and it's an amazing company, their products into something actionable for people who want to start, well, maybe continue, whatever, but like at some stage, let's imagine to start. And we find a way how they can start without spending much of money. And then, well, if you multiply your love for Apple by these open source initiatives, and if we find a way for you to do it to spend as little energy as possible on that, the output might be, that's what I like doing. I find ways to achieve stuff, like unorthodox ones. So yeah, somebody might spend life on creating components, OS, and nobody will know that this person created that much. There was once on news, some of godfathers of computer science died, and they just listed like for a few minutes a lot of stuff he did. But I think they also mentioned that he was quite hidden. So like a person did so much, but
yeah, like the guy of Unix. I saw that.
Yeah.
It was so sad.
Yeah. So like, why don't we teach about these people at university? Or why don't we learn about them? They inspire so much. So like his contributions were amazing, except one. Probably there were not much contribution on like sharing how amazing role model he is. So we could have like 10% more engineers maybe in my country. But or maybe 1%, but it's still a huge number for us. Anyway, so if you look at the repositories in Apple, then we can see that they actually have 180. It's verified account, and they're active. So that's compiler, Swift. I think you mentioned Swift, didn't you? So there's some of them, and I know nothing about them, but you do. So
yeah,
what
contributed to Swift collections.
Okay. Collection. So what if you start writing about these things, and maybe even like how
I think
people,
it was a simple contribution. I can't remember what it was. I'm
it,
sure it was simple.
There was
if you just look at the pull requests and then just Google search my name. Yeah, it should be simple. And by author. Not issues, should be in pull requests.
Oh.
The closed ones, not the open ones. Click on closed.
Oh, for the God's sake.
Closed, it's right next to open.
You need to click here, literally click. Okay, I thought I would just, yeah. It's been merged.
BYA.
They might have merged it, right? And deleted the.
Yeah, they should. They must. They might have merged it.
It's closed. Oh well. Let's see.
Let me just check.
Franklin. But anyway, so that's the thing is not that. What if you just start talking about these projects?
Yeah, that's the thing. I actually wanted to start like a blog site and everything. I even bought the domain name and everything, and then I did nothing with it. So I never actually started doing. I never started blogging. I actually wanted to start, and then it just went on hold. And the site has been there for like 1 year.
I have one. One moment, I'll open it, and another one. I don't want the politics there. I have a special. Yeah, this is good. Why is it showing me this with Kevlin Rocks? This guy. I'll just show this one. Yeah, this guy. So that's the link. So you tried it, it didn't work. It's fine. It's like it happens 90% of the time, I think. So I would assume maybe that it became because it happened because you are trying to do too much too fast.
Which one?
Sorry. That's the. I think you both need to really watch this video. I think everybody who is trying to contribute to open source or to do anything actually to do with engineering has to watch this video. It's amazing. It's from DevOps. But anyway, coming back to that.
Can you post the link?
Oh, I didn't. I didn't. Yeah, yes. Minus called Kevin. He's amazing. It's good stuff. It's changed my life with 2 other talks. One was on open source from a GitHub, GitLabs person. Oh, sorry, I'm away of time. So we'll continue next time. But let me just quickly go through this. So you created a domain and you try to start a meetup, and these things, they take so much efforts. So they need so much energy. So let's go slower and lighter. So let's go. I understand you can do so much. Okay, I understand you can, I don't know, break a wall with your fist, and I understand you can like fix complicated things, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But let's go lighter. You already do know enough to help people with. So let's say that there's a group of people who can fall in love with Apple in terms of development, same as you did. And when they fall in love and they find a way to contribute like you did, they will also find good jobs. I mean, Ericsson is a good company. Other companies you mentioned are good companies. So like, I understand like your idea for, well, a remote job and everything is good, but you don't need to get there to actually help people on the way there, because you are ahead of so many people. So my idea for your contribution week will be just write about this project. Why did it bring your interest? Why did it have? What does it do? Like, I don't know what it does. Like, I can read it.
It just adds it adds new data structures to the Swift language.
Yeah,
like data structures that are not like known.
We'll need to work on your just word, because like, oh, I just did that. No, you didn't just do that. You did that. It's not just a package. It's a big thing, even if it's small. So if you can write about it, you can use. I would suggest that to write in a focused way. So I'm using software for that. You can do like social monials, but it's like $60. But you might, oh, you can get a trial version as well. So I just create a queue of messages, and they actually go like in round, and then I schedule, and I'm trying to get like every 4 hours the one. So that's how that. So I actually can sleep and I can work. So it's just that when I'm studying something like a Linux course from Coursera, my recent activity, this one, for example. So currently there will be more tweets about like Linux and stuff, because I'm going through course, and every time I find something useful for people who are from the group I'm trying to help, I post it. I add it to the queue. I don't post it, I add it to the queue. It doesn't mean that I don't tweet during the day like manually, I don't reply, but at least I don't, the stuff which can be done in advance and can be scheduled, I at least this one is taking off the plate. Otherwise, I'll have to spend the whole day with the phone. And this is much faster. So, and it adds a picture and so on. It's just an idea. But basically, let's start sharing your journey, joy, and impressions from this project. And maybe if the week to come, or 2 weeks, I'll be off, not off, I'll be on a conference. But if you write about 2 most forked repos as well, Swift itself maybe, and you choose, it's your choice. But I will have only 2 like suggestions. Make sure it starts properly, like, ooh, this is big, and this line is going like volatile, so it's not dead. So because some projects, they will be like, well, it's Apple, it's hard to find. This one, it has 1,000 stars, but sample food truck, you can see from here. So maybe, because if people fall in love with the same thing as you do, and they start following this one, the benefits will be limited, because if they start contributing to this one and they become top contributors, Apple will come. I'm quite sure that Apple might come to them and talk to them, or another company like Apple will come. And if we teach them to share, so just to that project you mentioned and 2 more, and just make probably 80% of your posts, or as many as you want, but or as little as you want. But the idea is that I want to open your Twitter account, and I want to see that. I already see that you're in love with Apple stuff, and it's an amazing thing. But I also want to see that your love is focused. So I want to see that that's the guy who brings me into Apple. That's the guy who can make me a part of Apple, even if I have $1 in my pocket or $0. Okay, because nobody can stop me from going to from going here and just writing about this project, and it's already a contribution. Like I can do it with a $100 or $50 laptop, right? Or I can ask my friend who has a mobile phone with some data on it, and I can go into desktop mode and contribute to the file, or I can just go to Twitter and write about this project. You see, this is so much cheaper than iPhone 14 Pro Max or whatever. And you don't. So and like yeah, and for example, this one, do they have yeah, they have contributing, but well, it's not too big. So yeah, there are like things to take a look. Even like you can open any of these files. Like I could write just about license. I could like go to them and ask like, why on earth what is this license? And no, it's actually quite nice. So yeah, there's a lot to share. Just let's start sharing your love to Apple from few projects that matter, and it will change because I don't know as much as you do. So most probably I will change wrong projects in the beginning, but I'll help you along the journey. Okay, and you'll help me, and we'll work together. And meetups and other stuff we'll sort it later. Okay, let's just start sharing on Twitter in an easy way. You don't need to create something big. Just write about small things. Okay, they're beautiful.
Okay,
good. Does it help? So yeah, I hope it helps. And any questions, guys? Because sorry, I used so much of your time, and sorry for the internet connection or Wi-Fi, whatever it was.
No, that's fine. That's great. And Franklin, I'll get in touch with you, and hopefully we can talk as well together, and with my colleague who's working on this with me as well.
She's amazing.
She's very intelligent. She's like the leader of it, but we work together on the various elements.
You're both leaders, but yeah, good. Say hello to her.
All right, Adam. Definitely, I'll be looking forward to that.
That's excellent. I look forward to it. And thank you, Nikita. It's been very educational and interesting as well.
Yeah, and also you not just the difference between like school and me is that I give you actions, guys, and I'm trying to give you actions which will change your life for the better and the life of, but it will change to the better because you help that group of people. And if because of Franklin, there's 1,000 of people who fall in love with contributing to Apple from Uganda, and if 50 of them start earning money, good money, because they contribute to products like Apple for other companies online, ideally remotely, that will be big for their societies. Because I like people coming to London, and I like people coming to London to live. But what I don't like when people are like, when the only way to earn money is to come to London. So I want people to be free in their will where they want to live, and that's all. So that's it.
Exactly. I think I totally agree with that. Absolutely.
So yeah. So hopefully I'll see Franklin. I'll see him more or less soon, but yeah, no promises. So, but yeah, it's how it happens. Kunal is already here, so like, well, thank you. It was amazing, gentlemen. And yeah, if you make a post on Twitter about anything, mention my name. You can say how good it was. You can say how bad it was. Maybe just some ideas, and it doesn't have to be one big tweet. Or you know, on Twitter when you write. Most probably you know it, but here it has this calendar schedule, so you can literally schedule it. Today is 10th, Oh, sorry. Oh, that's good. They have nice UI. So you can schedule for like 10 hours, then +4, +4, +4, like 4 thoughts. And then you have your nose space when you know that you can do other stuff and it will keep posting for you. Actually, I need to make a video about this stuff. And it's free comparing to the tool I was showing. And this tool is actually for marketing. It's called Social Monials, and it's on this AppSumo thing, which like it's a lifetime. So $60 it's for lifetime, but take a free edition and check. It's just, and AppSumo is helping to find deals like that. Social Monials. So yeah. So I just like lifetime subscriptions. I try the tool. If I love it, I will get it. And then, like, well, it can write tweets.
I'm also not a big fan of subscriptions myself.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
You always forget the subscription, and then you charge it money, and you're like, damn, I should have canceled.
Yes. I would rather pay once and like buy.
I really don't like subscriptions, especially the unexpected ones, and you're like, no, this money is from where? And then you remember you subscribed something 1 year ago.
Yeah, especially free ones, which you're like three months for free, and then
they tell you, and then
you totally forget about it.
Yeah, that's the business plan. That's the business
exactly.
plan. Okay, cool. Enjoy your Saturday, and it was, well, I had very good meetups before, but this one is definitely probably one of the best, or the best, like really.
That's great. That's great.
It's like talking to Andy Piper, and Andy Piper is it's this person. I'll show you Andy, like person to follow. Oh, well, I have many. The problem was that when I was trying to go through my people I follow to make it focused, I have 300 people, 300 something, and I cannot find anybody to remove from following the person, because everybody is amazing. It's like, so Andy is amazing. So Andy is a part of Twitter, and Andy's hobbies are like playing with hardware, wires and stuff, and coding like on low level and high level and all around. So Andy is like a future Franklin, I would say. So next stage. So yeah. Okay. I'll share the link actually in there. You can click.
All right.
And tell me when you click, and then I can close the meeting. But Andy is amazing. It's like helped me so much.
Clicked.
Okay, good. And see you. Let me just pause the recording. Stopping.